Hello once again, my name is Victor Ogunyika and it is live again on Vanguard Online. You know how we do it here on Today in the News. We have all the juicy news all around the globe, as we, always bring you all the news hot and fresh here on this program. And then, if this is your first time of joining us, just click on and hang on to all of the news and then on our social media platforms and on our website www.vanguardngr.com for all the news as they break. So we kick off from where we stopped yesterday, and then we have on the Vanguard, the front page of the Vanguard, new letter to Buhari on insecurity. You know who already, talking about former President Olusegun Obasanjo, saying danger ahead if Nigerians resort to self-help. New letter to Buhari on insecurity, danger ahead if Nigerians resort to self-help, coming from Obasanjo. Why not? He's one man that cannot just hold on to himself. He says the things exactly how he sees it, and then this time he's talking about insecurity to President Muhammadu Buhari, saying that if Nigeria resort to self-help, because people have been talking about self-help, we are going to take it personal, we are going to fight back, we are going to reiterate. And then more recently is the death of daughter of elder statesman Pa Ruben Fashion-Roti, and Yoruba Afenifere, the South is Ohanaeze, and everybody has been making comments about just that one, saying that we are going to fight back. Okay, so Obasanjo is saying that there's danger ahead if Nigerians resort to self-help, and then on the riders we are with Obasanjo on this, Ohanaeze, yes. And the South Middle Belt Forum is also saying we are, the ACF, Arewa Consolidated Forum is saying we are studying the letter. Okay, we are studying the letter. That story is on page 5 of the Vanguard. Okay, and Olakunrin saying mind your utterances, presidency warns leaders. Talking about Olakunrin, the issue of the same death of the daughter of Pa Fashion-Roti. The presidency is warning leaders. Said mind your utterances, presidency warns leaders. That story is on page 10 of the Vanguard. Okay, and we move away from that story to page 8, where we have presidential poll. Tribunal overrules Buhari, plays articles video evidence. That story is on page 8. Tribunal overrules Buhari, plays articles video, plays articles video evidence. And I'm still talking about the tribunal case between the PDP presidential candidates Atiku Abubakar and the incumbent president Muhammadu Buhari. That tribunal is one that has been stretching, and then Atiku has a 10 days validity to prove his case, in court, just how he's going to do it. And then he has a video as part of the evidence that has been tendered, and I think he has about 10 days to prove all of this. Is 10 days still counting, and a lot of revelations have been coming out. So, and that's the latest on page 8. You can get that presidential poll. Tribunal overrules Buhari, plays articles video evidence. Okay, from page 8 we go to page 9, and still on insecurity matters. Okoje cautions Buhari against plunging Nigeria into war. Cardinal Okoje there cautions Buhari against plunging Nigeria into war. When everybody is talking about reprisal attack, talking about self-defense, talking about self-help, then that is trouble looming, and that is what everybody, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, the Ohanaeze Okoje, trying to warn the president about. Yeah, and still on killings and insecurity on page 10 and 13, we have killings of Fashion-Roti's daughter. We made some arrests coming from the police. Interesting. After a couple of days, they promised to get the culprits, and already they've made some arrests there. And as Afenifere YCE lampoon Tinubu on herdsmen stigmatization comments, while reacting to that comment, APC chieftain Bola Tinubu mentioned that we shouldn't, that Nigeria should not stigmatize herdsmen, and saying that kidnapping is what it is, killing is what it is. You cannot say that it is an herdsmen thing, and then we have faced some serious attack there from Afenifere, then YCE also. So that story is on page 10 and 13. The police coming out to say that killings of Fashion-Roti's daughter, we have made some arrests. Okay, so let's wait for the revelation of those people and how they went about the business of killing that woman. We move straight to page 12 again, and we have Rivers Governor Poll. Supreme Court dismisses suit against Wike. Supreme Court dismisses suit against Wike, that is governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. I think that's about the last on that case, because Supreme Court have spoken and then has dismissed the case. Okay, we have economic news. The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics says inflation rate drops to 11.22% in June. Inflation rate drops to 11.22% in June. That is still double figure, and the central bank is actually targeting that in this new, this next 4 or 5 years, that they are targeting having a single rate of inflation. Okay, there's going to be any at all. And then we have our interesting columnist here. And we have Arabi Salah revamping Buhari's shambolic foreign policy, and then we also have a feature travails of teenage mothers in Plateau State. That is a feature article on page 26. Travails of teenage mothers in Plateau State. Okay, and we have columnists. We have Odumaki. We have Teniola. Odumaki is on page 17. We have Teniola on page 18. Malefia on page 31, and we have Niger Delta Voice. Inside Niger Delta Voice, a pullouts, and you can get all of those stories. These are still the days of football. Yes, football and more football, even though there is a break from AFCON. But yes, we have news going on around, and then just two more matches to play from a possible 54 or thereabouts. And then we have the Super Eagles out of the contention to win the top prize, and then now fighting for a consolation third place finish, and they'll be having a date with Tunisia, which is not going to be a very easy ride there. So we have Roy in no hurry to quit Eagles. Talking about Garnet Roy, Super Eagles coach. He said Roy in no hurry to quit Eagles. Talking about the back page of the Vanguard there. Roy in no hurry to quit Eagles. Okay, gunmen abduct Siasia's mom, 2 others, and police launch manhunt for perpetrators. That very unfortunate one there. We broke this news yesterday to you on the show, when the kidnap of the 74-year-old mother of ex-Super Eagles player and coach Samson Siasia was kidnapped, and that was not the first time that ugly incident is happening. Okay, so we have it there. And still on AFCON, don't reappoint Dalong as sports minister, AKG tells Buhari as Nigerian grumble over government AFCON delegation. Yes, there have been heavy, delegate, group of government, high-powered government people that have been going to see these matches, and Nigerians are not, comfortable, because most of them are politicians. Of course, they have the right to watch their nation play, but then again, Nigerians have grumbled over government AFCON delegation, because we have from one set to another going to cheer the Super Eagles up, and talking about the ugly. That performance that didn't take us to the final. The Nigerians have come out to say again that jersey is another nightmare, and a symbol of some luck that is not good enough to give us what we want. Everybody is, when there is loss, there will be a lot of complaints and then excuses. So Igalo apologizes for Algeria defeat. Igalo apologizes for Algeria defeat. Well, he did his bit, converted a penalty that gave Nigeria a lifeline in that tournament, but then that before that heartbreak by Mahrez at just the nick of time. What a very sad way to lose out on such competition there. And I'm still talking about the Super Eagles coach Roy, and Peterside said sack Roy now. So sack Roy now. I think I saw that interview yesterday, and he was just not all for it. And I remember Peterside saying that in his days he couldn't make a first team shirt for the Super Eagles, but if he were present in this team, that would have made, he would have had no contention for that number 1 jersey as the goalkeeper. And he's saying that the coach should be sacked. Okay, and then. Still inside the Vanguard Sports today, we have AFCON 2019. Pinnick pumps up Eagles' spirits. Of course, that spirit needs to be pumped up, because everything has collapsed from just what it is. And then Akpeyi faces the axe of Kaizer Chiefs. I'm disappointed. Chukwueze, a lot of disappointment. So you see why the morals of those boys needs to be pumped up, so that we don't have another sad and disappointing outing in the third place. Third place is still a finish, and it is what we've always past on in time past. Madagascar president honors AFCON squad as Knights of the Malagasy National Order. Interesting. That was the first time out in that tournament, and then they give a very, very proud outing, and then to the pride of all football lovers, they went all the way, and even though they couldn't make it past the quarterfinals, but then the president had come to honor them, talking about heroes, new heroes in town. Then we have a new ranking in Europe, and Man City top new ranking of football's best teams. Wow. Man City talking about the new Galacticos. That is what it means. That then Man City top new ranking of football's best teams. Okay, you should check out that list and see if your club is even anywhere near the first 10 of that list. Then EPL introduced head-to-head rule for new season. Oh, interesting. EPL introduced head-to-head rule for new season. It means that if your club is playing both legs of if there's a tie somewhere along and you are both stuck up on the same point, then we'll look at the away performance and the home performance to judge who has the better side. This is going to be pretty interesting this time. Yes, I think so. And then yes, if you're just joining us, it is Today in the News on Vanguard Live, and we are giving you all the news hot and fresh from all the national dailies. We have 5 national dailies, and we're still starting from yours truly, the Vanguard, and then we'll move straight to the Punch. Let's see what's on the front page of the Punch. Of course, your guess is as good as mine. It is still the same letter from the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. He said, in new letter to Buhari, Obasanjo warns of Rwanda-like genocide, urges national confab. Yeah, and the writers, you have Etzmen Menez growing as president has treated killings with levity. Southern Middle Belt leaders back ex-president. ACF study letter. Obasanjo's letter and invitation to chaos. Yakasai. Then PDP supports Obasanjo. Why not? And then you can see pictures of some bandits that were paraded yesterday by SARS. And you have the picture. That is the major headline there from the Punch. Okay, and the Tribunal article video is also in play. There's something from Oyo State governor declares assets, and Makinde declares 48 billion naira firms other assets. Wow, that's huge. Macaulay surprised. 48 billion naira there. So if next time you see the Oyo State governor, this is not talking about 30 billion in the accounts. You have 48 whopping billions and other assets. Okay, good one. Then straight away to the Guardian. Balarabe Musa urges anti-Buhari protest as Nigerians back Obasanjo. Talking about the same letter, Nigerians are, talking about Obasanjo on that one. And article PDP tender video to prove use of server for polls. Okay, still on the same matter. There, women vow to resist oil exploration in Ogoni land. So what a man can do, a woman can do better. So men have taken it upon themselves to resist whatsoever is coming from that. Okay, straight to this day still on that letter. Obasanjo calls for national confirm, says Nigeria is on the precipice. Okay, writes Buhari. PDP Afenifere and is Southern Middle Belt leaders back former president. You can sign false content of letter. Then we are still basking on the 60th birthday of the owner of the publisher of this day, talking about Obiagbena there, and then you can see a picture with them, some the CBN president, Zenith Bank owner, and then the Delta State governor. Then encomiums as Tony Braxton, Tiwa Savage, Wizkid headline celebration. That is Obiagbena at 60. Interesting selection there on the round. I must tell you. Okay, and the last paper here is The Nation. The Nation. Obasanjo to Buhari, act now to keep Nigeria one. Act now to keep Nigeria one. Okay, and then Makinde declares 48 billion personal assets. And then Khan didn't support Fatoyinbo. Talking about that video that is making the round of the Khan representative going to COSA headquarters in Abuja. Khan has come out to say Khan didn't support Fatoyinbo. So you can get that paper and check out all the headlines of that paper from there. Okay, so those are the newspapers we have before us this morning. Let's see if we have some comments to take. I'll do it. If you want us to take your comments, to keep it simple, keep it clean and decent enough, so that someone somewhere will be able to benefit from it. So let's see if we have some good enough comments to take here. Kayode Gabriel is saying, this is how guns got to the hands of every Americans. They need to make you and yours safe. Okay, so that is and we don't know if that is much of an advantage these days, having guns everywhere, because there have been many killings too much for us. That is coming from Kayode Gabriel. Then Michael Scofield is replying Kayode, saying, Kayode, I support you. I need to go get a gun with license. Well, you are just there by yourself on this one. Then Nura Aruna is saying, watching from McCarthy TV office, Katsina. Thank you very much. Biafra Freedom, sorry, I can't take these comments. Then Friday Unwoke saying, do not listen to Tinubu. Okay. Then Omoyeni Olakule saying, this is cool, guy. Yeah, this is cool, guy. We think so too. Thank you very much. Then we have Igbonikwe Michael said, thanks to Vanguard Crew for this update. Thank you too for watching us. Then a lot of this Biafra Freedom person seems to be all out. Maybe when you have a very good comment for us, we will be very, very happy to take that comment. Okay. Very quickly, let us check what's happening on the social media. If you're just joining us, it is Today in the News on Vanguard Live, and after the newspaper review is the interesting world of the social media, where people say have the freedom to say what they want to say. So we have some interesting trends today. We have Whiskey29 hashtag. Then we have hashtag Tuesday Motivation, hashtag Tuesday Thoughts. Then why not? Sheyi Makinde is also trending, and you know why. Then all about Whiskey and Mietiala, Trump and Obasanjo. So just two things here. If we can, then we say Tuesday Motivation. Sheyi Makinde, Tuesday Motivation said, be self-encouraged. It is a good virtue. Okay? Be self-encouraged. It is a good virtue. Self-encouragement is not the same as self-help. It's not the same as protecting yourself. Okay, so Sheyi Makinde there on that one. And Goldsmith said, I start growing a day I see this and believe it. Yeah, life has taught me never to expect anything from anyone. Isn't that good? So that you don't get disappointed when you don't get anything. Thank you very much for that one. Then Kwangwari Finest saying, failing in life doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means you haven't succeeded yet. How about that? Beautiful. So why would you want to commit suicide? Okay. Then Sandra Avinda Sign says, stop trying to be someone you are not. Be unique, be special, stay true to yourself. Only worry about your character, not your reputation. Your character is who you are, and your reputation is what others think you are. Beautiful piece, beautiful ones here this morning. Then there's another tweet from Dwayne Johnson. There's a quote, I'll connect quotes in Dwayne Johnson saying, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. We can go on Monday Motivation Day, but then we'll leave it at that. And straight up, I'm itching to see what people are saying about Sheyi Makinde. Let's just see. Okay, and of course, it is about that asset declaration. Then Ikechukwu is saying, Oyo Governor Sheyi Makinde declares his asset publicly. We are still begging your gap-toothed MCM, who promised to declare his asset, to release his asset declaration form, voicemail. Integrity is by shouting integrity 4 times a day while shielding gondolas. Thank God there was no name mentioned there, so we leave it at that. And then Sheyi Makinde asset breakdown. Someone, Adebayo Ademola, is breaking down Sheyi Makinde's market. They say cash at hand in Naira 234 million. Cash in dollars with $30,000. Properties in Naira 2.64 billion Naira. Then properties in dollars $4.4 million. Properties in rands 4.4 million rands. And companies in Naira 48.1 billion Naira. Company additional assets, Eurobond and loan notes 3.3 billion. Ademola, I don't know where Ademola got all this from, but then that is the full total assets declaration of Sheyi Makinde. And Sheyi Makinde is a very young governor, we must still say that. And son of David, it's modest if Sheyi Makinde declares his worth 48 billion. As far back as 1999, at early concept deployment of SCADA for oil companies across mid-Africa, that nigga walked away with over $350 million as the only indigenous body of knowledge in SIS automation. So this guy is insinuating that Seyi Makinde could be more than that. Then Israel Oladipo said, the kind of people I like to associate with the PDP is Seyi Makinde, new dawn of politician in the southwest, those who made their penny away from politics and are using politics to change lives. Okay, interesting one there. All the accolades for Seyi Makinde and Ajayi Olalekan with that GIF of applause for Seyi Makinde, Governor Seyi Makinde, the billionaire governor. I respect him in all around that. Yes, if you declare your assets, of course you earn respect from people, maybe because of what you have or because of you trying to be as transparent as you want to be. This is a very great point for Seyi Makinde on this one. Okay, we didn't plan this on the show. We would have placed a call through to that government, talking about that asset declaration. But of course, we are going to do that tomorrow. Yes, we should be able to speak with the CPS on this show tomorrow to say one or two things about that. Okay, still back to the Facebook before we round up the show. Let's see if we have some other comments. Then Victor Ikenna is saying, I think Obasanjo's letter should be properly reviewed. Yes, the ACF is reviewing that letter as we're still studying the letter as we speak, if that is what you mean. Then Innocent Kamke says, Nigeria needs peace. Yes, we all need peace. Dominic Eze says, I love Biafra. I don't know. Then there's the last one from our top fan here, Omar Mod. He said, it really baffles me and also amazes me is that Obasanjo wrote a very good constructive letter. All punctuation, comma, full stops were well represented, excellent grammars, clear understanding and simple. Now we have graduates who are fresh and young, energetic and assumed intelligent. Can't even construct a better application letter. Even love letter they can't write. And you find them on social media insulting their grandfather's mates. Youth are the problem of Nigeria. If you like, come and beat me. I don't talk. Man, this is some real punch there from Umar Mod. Okay. Okay, but there's another comment here from Oluwajana Oluyemi, but I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm going to take that. It is an attack going from one person to another. Okay, that is how far we can take this morning on this show today in the news on Vanguard Life as we start our day. Please keep it locked up to this place, and of course visit our website www.vanguardnigeria.com for all the news, our social media platforms for the news as they break. We like your contributions and your comments because we like to get better, because we are people powered association. So we'll come your way again. My name is Victor Ogwinka and I have Idowu Bankole as my producer this morning. See you next time.